Yo, can y'all hear me? What's going on, everybody? My name is King Mexico, also known as Jesse Goku, and I am just I forgot to replace the label, so yeah, it's a shit talking Monday. Actually, no, that's not what we're doing. So I'm kind of bored. I got off work. I can't go to physical therapy because of the weather. It's starting to flood in front of my house. I don't know if it stopped raining. I don't want to go outside. I haven't really been outside. It looks like shit. So you guys are gonna go through a journey with me. I have been pretty fucking lazy. I filed my taxes last week on Monday, so I probably won't see those. I probably won't see that fucking return until like June. Um, and I've been pretty lazy about submitting panels for the cons because the way things have been going with life and the way everything's going right now, it's just really rough. Like I've been going through a lot of bullshit, a lot of family drama, a lot of financial drama. So it's really interesting. Like, but we are here because we're gonna go through the process of me submitting panels for Comic Palooza, Bell County Comic Con, Delta H Con, San Japan, IkiCon, Anime Houston, Anime Houston, Anime Dallas, Anime Austin, Anime CTX, UshiCon. Is that ever coming back? I hope they didn't go out of business. Um, did I mention Comic Palooza? Like that's my biggest one. And what really motivated me, because I've been pretty lazy, what really motivated me is I saw this one guy post about his panels. And honestly, me and that guy, we did a podcast where we talked about the bullshit I went through with him. And it's kind of interesting to see, like, I don't know, man. I don't get it. Like, I've been working, I've been at this job for 6 months. I wake up at 7 in the morning. I guess I have a bad habit of like going to bed like at 2 or 3 in the morning. So I don't really get a lot of sleep, and I'm exhausted by the time work's over, dealing with people's bullshit. And so like, I saw this guy submitting panels, and I was just like, you know what? If he's fucking doing it, I need to do it to spite him. Let the hate flow. Good, good. Let the hate flow through you. And you know what? And I'm going to the dark side with this. I'm going to submit some really good panels and hopefully do a better job. Good. Dark. Good, good. Strike him down, and your path to the dark side will be complete. Let's address some comments. What's up, chat? Raining like a motherfucker right now. Hey, why don't you come on the show, dude? I don't have a co-host. Are you busy? Are you working? I know you work a lot. Where's Uzi? Where the fuck is Uzi? Where's Uzi? I miss Uzi. Where you at, Uzi? You watching? Better comment. All right, so let's go through this real quick with Comic Palooza. So let's something dark side panel submissions. Your response to the submission. What's up, Mom? All right, so we're going to go ahead and submit this submission. Your response to the submission would help us better understand the content of your proposed session, how it fits within our programming schedule. The best way to share this is with a diverse audience at Comic Palooza. Please note all sessions are subject to review, and submitting a panel does not guarantee approval. Before you begin, prepare to complete each step thoroughly. Review the following information. Yada yada yada. All that mumbo jumbo. Oh, let's take chat's comment off. I've done on there too long, too long. So let's go ahead and So, like, what are some panels that you think I should submit? Let me see. Who's available to bullshit around with me? Who's available to bullshit around? And I might just start doing this every day now, like just to bullshit around like a blog. I might even start gaming again. We'll see. We'll see. Because it's definitely something that everyone, like, we haven't done anything with the channel, and I feel like we've lost a lot of momentum. That's one thing that gets to me. So I really want to, and everybody's been like consistent with their stuff. I actually want to, I'm actually really happy for everybody, but I actually want to do more when it comes to my channel. What we got? So, when it comes to this panel, I don't know. What do you guys think? What kind of panel should I do? So, okay. So, just for some context. So we have to put my fucking name on here, my legal name. Whatever. So, all right. So, just this is like panels we've submitted before in the past. I've already submitted Dragon Ball, a Dragon Ball panel. I've already submitted a karaoke, the super adult karaoke. So I've only submitted two. So I kind of want to do like a Pokemon panel, like a Pokemon roasting panel, where we just talk. Like, I want, like, I don't know if any of y'all have ever attended our versus panels where we do the Dragon Ball versus Naruto panels, or the My Hero versus, like, the Dragon Ball versus My Hero. So it's just like an open mic panel where we just have people come on stage and they just talk shit about the other fandom or the show. Like, we don't do like a death battle debate because that doesn't really make sense and actually causes more problems. And like, you can't really answer those kind of questions. But definitely, I want to have this Pokemon. I just want to have like an in fandom. I want to have like the non Pokemon fans fight with the Pokemon fans. You know, I just want something comedy based and see where it goes from there. And I'm thinking about like submitting to be a guest to do stand up, but I'm wondering what jokes I could tell that would be funny. I mean, no, a lot of the stories I tell are funny. It's just that we have some prudes or Karens. They're like, oh my God, can't dress like that. Well, obviously, I'm going to dress as King Mexico or Captain Tejano, but I don't know. Like, obviously there's still a lot of time. There's still a lot of planning to do. Um, it's just one of those things. I gotta start really getting. I don't know why my post isn't posting. Huh. Not posting. It's not posting at all. Am I in Facebook jail again? I hope I'm not in Facebook jail. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, I posted. Well, that's from the 8th. All right, let's submit. Oh, what kind of panel do I submit though? If you're watching, give me some suggestions. Ah, crap! I didn't realize my phone number was on there. Ah, screw it. And all my information is on here. Okay, let's get to. I can present any day because I'm gonna ask for the time off. I can present any time. Let's do 75 to 200. What panel are you conducting? So we'll figure that out once we have the panel. Are you okay? We'll figure that one out. What is the average attendance per session? If not, please enter. Oh crap! I messed up. I messed up. Oh no. No. So these ones right here, I have to agree to. They're lines, whatever. Comment section. Console Wars. I feel like that's more of an educational panel. Is that Sonic, by the way? Is that Keyblade Sonic? I mean, you're more than welcome to come join the show if you're not busy. If you're busy, I completely understand. But if you're not, you can join me. We can talk shit. Talk shit about panels. Who's wrestling tonight? Tonight on Raw, can Sonya Deville use her power to win the Raw Women's Championship, or will Bianca Belair remain the greatest on the red brand? I'm so not happy with this unification bullshit that they're doing on the WWE. At work, need to shoot you my Discord link. What kind of panels? That's what we're trying to figure out. Come on the show, Uzi. Come talk. That's the whole point of this podcast. Like we're trying to figure out what do y'all want to see? Because like we like to take into consideration like y'all's suggestions. So like somebody suggested console wars. I'm thinking as far as console goes, I know it's overplayed, I know it's overdone, but I would like to see a Sega Genesis versus Super Nintendo panel because honestly, I don't really dig the PlayStation versus Xbox wars because that one kind of just sucks because it's a lot of the same bullshit games except for like we have Xbox has Halo and PlayStation has God of War. And the problem with PlayStation, it's taken them so long to like find that one game that could be like compared to Halo. And honestly, there is no game on the early PlayStation that can compete with the first three Halo games. And when I say the first three, I mean Halo 1, 2, and 3. Not Halo ODST, not Halo Wars, even though I think that came out after. Uh, so like when it comes to Halo, I mean pure Halos 1, 2, and 3. Those were the best Halo games. Those were three of the best games of all time on the Xbox. And when it comes to PlayStation, PlayStation has really had a rough footing with finding like they have a mascot. I don't know what the mascot is. It's some stupid cat. And honestly, they don't have like a mascot game. A Mortal Kombat panel does sound interesting, but I would have to have you help me run that because I don't know enough about Mortal Kombat lore. But I would be willing to run on my own a Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. But I would not run anything Mortal Kombat on my own without your help, Uzi, because I just don't know enough about Mortal Kombat. I'm not confident enough to run it on my own and like know what I'm talking about, and it's too little. There's not enough time for me to like catch up on all the lore because I have to keep up with the Dragon Ball lore. It's the way. Don't be a bitch, dude. Don't be a bitch. Okay, get your ass up and help me run these damn Mortal Kombat panels. You'll get a free badge and you'll get all the honeys, bruh. I don't like being in front of people. Write me a damn script. Actually, I think there's a way to where we could fix it where you don't have to be in front of people. Nah, fuck that. You gotta be in front of people. Fuck you. You gotta be in front of people. But I would like to do how Mortal Kombat is one of the games that help create the ESRB rating system, because people think that only Mortal Kombat had something to do with the ESRB rating system, but no, it was Doom, Night Trap, Mortal Kombat. I think maybe there was a fourth one. I'm not exactly sure. But Uzi, stop. No seas flojo, güey. No seas baboso. Vámonos. Time to get to work. I'm trying to think of. Okay, so I definitely want to do Sega versus Nintendo console wars, but I already know people are going to throw a lot of shade at the Genesis at the Saturn. They're going to throw a lot of shade at the damn Saturn, and they're going to throw a lot of shade at the fact that the Sega Genesis was on life support with the Sega CD and the 32X. I never had those as a kid. I only strictly had the Sega Genesis, and then we went to the N64. So I think we learned a valuable lesson with Sega, even though Sega has some great games. And by the way, Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 have some of the best music video game soundtrack. They have, in my opinion, they have the best soundtracks on the Sega Genesis, hands down. Like, I don't think there's a game on the Sega Genesis that has a better soundtrack than and that includes like Street Fighter and Mega Man and all that crap. Now, don't Super Nintendo had a better sound card. They had a better sound quality, and they had much more catchier tunes. But I think Sonic really does give a lot of games a run for its money when it comes to soundtracks. We're gonna put Uzi on the spot. I don't like being in front of people. We have somebody joining me today. Joining us, he has come from the depths of hell. He runs his own show. He is a voice actor himself. He is the man with the plan. He is the legacy of Geeks Forever. He is the Texas Gaming Hedgehog, the one, the only. He runs the skinny Keyblade Sonic. Texas Gaming Hedgehog, the one, the only. He runs the skinny Keyblade Sonic. I can hear myself.
Yeah, I hear you.
He runs the skinny Keyblade Sonic.
Whoa.
Let me cut you off for a little bit. I'm gonna cut you off for 2. Give me a thumbs up whenever you get down.
Whoa.
So yeah, sorry Sonic. I muted you for the time being until you get your headphones on. That way we can get your sound situation so there's not a bit of a. Just give me a thumbs up. I'm looking right at you, buddy. Uzi, where are you? Fucking El Chapo. Where you at? Where you at? I know you ain't at work. I catch you streaming. You're a dead man. Nah, I'm fucking with you, dude. I got a message from one of my buddies. Says he can't watch the stream, but tell everyone I said hi. Oh, okay. We sure will. Black Sonic's on the. He sent me a message saying, he says hi to everybody. He can't be on the stream. He can't watch. He can listen a bit, but he can't watch the podcast. But says he can't watch it at all. Yeah, so he tells everybody. He's telling me to tell everybody to say hi to you. That he says hi. Yeah, I can't talk. Stop calling me that. To get on the show, I'll stop calling you that. I'll call you Wolver Mini instead of Wolverine. Wolver Mini. Jason Mini Moa sounds better. No, actually, that Mini Wolver Mini doesn't make any sense. He's already like what 5 feet 4'9". Like y'all are the same height, right? Oh, okay, cool. Also, for those of you that don't know, Chad the Jazz Man has his own Discord. I'm over here trying to get people to join mine, but he's getting me to join his. Join the speak. Yeah, sure, why not? I need mine to be more active. Actually, I need to take an initiative to make mine more active. Sorry, hey, Sonic, you good? Okay. Why? Don't you fucking put that on me, sir. He's 5'1". I swear to God, he was. No way, he's not 5'1". Is he 5'1"?
Who's 5'1"?
Wolverine.
He's pretty short. He's like around like 5. Last time I saw, it was like 5'3" or something.
Yeah, I thought he was like 5'4" or something like that. And when he crouches, because you know his stupid fighting style, he's always like crouching down. He's even shorter. He's like 3 feet. But yeah, hey, so thanks for coming on, sir. The Texas gaming hedgehog himself, Keyblade Sonic. We got our celebratory yawn from him.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good. Actually, yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out like what kind of panels I should be submitting. I think was that you who commented the console one?
Yeah, that was the one I suggested. I just thought, hey, since a lot of a lot of attendees would be like in their 30s, they probably grew up during that time, and you know how like some of them were like, some people during the 90s that were like loyal to like one or the other, and you were lucky to have two. If you were both, you were like the luckiest kid at the time. I just thought that'd be kind of fitting, just do Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah. So I don't know if you caught the part where I was actually talking about that.
Yeah.
If I think I would be down to do it if it was a Sega Genesis versus Super Nintendo, because as much as that's overplayed, as much as that is like that's been done so many times to death, that's all people talk about. But that's like that is legitimately the only time that I can remember during these so-called console wars where it really mattered the most. Because nowadays it doesn't fucking matter anymore, because you have literally 75% of all the games on the same consoles: PC, PlayStation, whatever the hell Xbox got out. And if they can dumb it down enough, Nintendo Switch. But Nintendo Switch has its competitor now. They got the Steam Deck, and I saw that thing in action, and I want one.
I heard there's some games you can't really use the Steam Deck on.
Right,
Like,
but
not every
like
game's
there are some games you couldn't use them on initial launch, but they play now. Like they even did the whole cliche. Does it play Crisis? It does play Crisis on medium settings. And apparently Crisis is one of the hardest games to like get any rig to run.
What the fuck?
So I think, honestly, I don't know, what do you think? I think a Sega Genesis versus Super Nintendo, because it's too easy.
I mean, regardless, it's still the you could just call it the console wars and just bring up it's mostly going to be Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, and also because knowing the audience, they'll always bring up like after the Genesis, Super Nintendo, they'll bring up PlayStation, they'll bring up the Saturn, they'll bring up the N64 and all that.
Isn't it like I know it's probably past, but isn't it like right around? It was either this year or last year is the 30th anniversary for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that was last year.
That was last year. I know Sonic
that was
last year.
30 years ago.
31. Yeah, so this is perfect, honestly.
Yeah, and also because they're making that new Sonic Genesis, the Sonic Origins compilation that's coming out in June.
And I'm honestly kind of pissed off. I talked about that on Zeros to Heroes, and I'm really pissed now because I went and bought the damn games individually for $5.99 a piece. Now I see I can buy them as a bundle, and I want the bundle, so I'm gonna have to get them again. But I think honestly, I think that's a good idea for a panel. So, but now, okay, so we came up with a panel. Now it's time to come up with a name. Do we call it Console Wars?
Yeah, I guess Clash of the Consoles.
Clash of the Consoles.
I don't know. That's not
Are we going to go specifically with the 90s though, or is it going to be open?
I mean, if you want to do 90s, because like I said, a lot of attendees at cons would still bring up, the old days, like the Genesis and the Super Nintendo. If anything, if you want to just add a little twist, you could also do a like a 2000s one, like PS2, Xbox, and GameCube, because it's already been 20 years since those three consoles came out. And yeah, Uzi, yeah, that's true. Mortal Kombat will turn 30 this year. And you know what else is turning 30 this year? Mario Kart.
I thought you were going to say Uzi. I don't know why. Sorry, Uzi. All right, so let's go into the panel submission. Everybody, stop stealing my personal info. Get that shit out of here.
Put like
Freeze frame. Okay. Gotta be in all caps.
the Clash of the Consoles.
I think Console Wars is good enough because having the same name on there twice.
Okay, but you might want to take off like all those just put like one exclamation mark or something.
That's about as many as I use for Dragon Ball. It's over 9,000. Console Wars. Console Wars. The what about the 90s stood out that we can use?
Stuff about the 90s. Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. G5.
Let's just say the 90s. Because honestly, people consider the 90s the golden age of gaming.
Yeah, 80s, 90s, yeah. But like a lot of people are pretty much old enough to remember the 2000s, you know, like I said before, we could also not only bring up Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, and we could also bring up, you know, the PS2, the Xbox, and the GameCube, because you know that was a big time at the time too. And also, if I had a dollar for every time Pachinko says "weebs" during a Geeks Fire related stuff, I'd retire on the spot. Oh, every time, take a shot every time he says mention weebs.
No, I don't want. I want to end the podcast coherent. The night. Console Wars.
Team Sega.
Yeah, because that's the thing I talked about with Kenneth. Like, half the battle of submitting panels is submitting the information for the panels.
Yeah,
like the names. The names are what draw people in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Clash of the Consoles, because like Console Wars already been like redundant. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. To answer Pachinko's question, well, Monday's not just about weebs. It's about geeks in general. What's up? I'm busy.
So, this is birthday, and we already got food. Here's Zero.
Yeah. Why don't you go take the dog and play with him, okay? Yes, please. Damn kids.
Hope it won't be like last time that like you cut like did 20 minutes on YouTube.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's all right. But yeah, like I said, like the name, yeah, it gets tough for like you have to describe it, and then the console war and all that. You have to try to sound as professional as you can, because you like.
Plus, I don't want to make it about too many consoles, because I would rather do 2 panels. I would rather do one specifically about PlayStation, because we're trying to like I'm trying to space out some of these panels, because Comic Palooza is where we really test these panels. Because we have enough leeway to where they let us just kind of do whatever at this point. And because I want to do one about the history of gaming.
That's just gonna be like a long ass panel.
Well, yeah, but like an abridged, like, what do you remember about gaming? Like, hey, remember when the Atari came out? Like, hell no, nobody remembers that shit.
Yeah, I think we actually have people who are like old enough to remember like the PS3, the 360, and the Wii. That's just how old we are.
Yeah, for real. Like, I remember having to put it on Channel 3 to play your video game consoles.
Remember the big box TV?
Yeah, I remember the first time I got like my N64, and we went from like the little the screw antenna thingy that screws to the back of the TV to like the composite cables.
Yeah, man, that shit was like a big upgrade.
I was like, whoa, you mean I have to screw around with it to get a better picture?
The future's now, old man.
That's right. It felt like Dewey. Yeah, but as far as Monday goes, Pacheco, that's just like growing up as nerds in general, because like it's comic book fans, cartoon fans, Pokemon fans, anime fans.
Oh, that's for the upcoming panel, right?
That's for on Monday, the show that I announced today for Monday.
Yeah, I was just saying next Mondays.
Yes. What the fuck is going on in the comment section?
Someone call my name. Condiment colored AV cables. That's right. You got to put the ketchup in the ketchup plug, and then you got to put the mustard in the mustard plug, and then you got to put the mayonnaise in the mayonnaise plug.
Your Highness, the GEEKS 5 ever residential professional wrestler.
Yo, dude, what is up, my man?
What's going on, dog? Shit. The problem is coming up with a name.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Clash of the Consoles, but if you want Console Wars, let's see. Let's see. The Clash of Consoles during the 90s. The War of the 90s. I don't know. That's something I come up with on the spot.
How about your dad's gaming console? Because most of us are parents now.
Yeah, most of the parents. It's like the legendary tale of the 90s. I don't know. The legendary 90s war.
Fuck. See, this is the problem. Like,
yeah, it's tough.
Because it's a marketing thing. You're literally trying to market these panels to this con.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
Gaming. Something with gaming. Something with consoles. Huh. Well, I guess we can come back to this one.
Mhm.
I did talk to some of the other guys that I've been hanging around more with. Josh, who's from Zeros to Heroes, and their friend Hootie. I don't want to say his real name because I don't know if he would appreciate that because I never got his consent.
No worries.
So we were talking about with Asian Alex about doing. So they host a panel, and it's kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but with Avatar questions, Avatar: The Last Airbender questions.
Sure, that would work. That'd be kind of sweet.
So I discussed with them
doing
something very similar,
but with different themed questions.
Well, with Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
And
having it as a teenage panel.
That would work.
Like, for $100, what did Super Kami Guru demand that Nail gather the Dragon Balls and wish for? No. Gather the 7 Dragon Balls and wish for a plasma TV. Dude, they had some hard ass questions that people got right. Like, one of the questions was, who was one of the characters in the opening video when they're like Earth, Fire, Water, Wind, Heart, Captain Planet. That whole sequence. Like, one of the characters in there is never a character in the actual show, but they have an actual name. And they asked, like, what is the name of that character, the prototype, and what was the name of the prototype character, the mother of Zuko? And they, the pilot, I guess the pilot name or the prototype name? One of the two. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, these are hard.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a sweet idea for a panel.
Right, yeah, so I was there. I was just cutting tickets like an asshole because they were handing out tickets because they were doing raffles. And so we go to Sherwood, and people actually recognized me because I was in my Mexico getup. Like, hey, you're from the Avatar panel at IkiCon. I'm like, yeah. But how do you recognize me? I wasn't even dressed up, and I was in the back cutting tickets. Like, these are the guys that hosted the panel. My friends were like, yeah, we hosted the panel, but he gets recognized. This is bullshit. Yo, Highness, you still there, bro? Why don't you? If I'm gonna send you a message, dude, real quick. Just send you a real quick message. Okay, so that is one of those panels that I think we have to. I want to test it out at Anime Houston on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
If we do Waifu Wars again, we have to consider that the Where's the Waifu group isn't going to be there. And we might have to make the format a little bit more interesting because apparently there was a group
That
at
already
San
did.
Japan
Yeah.
that did the exact same thing and they were criticizing the shit out of them. I was like, oh, okay. Oh,
Gotcha. Hey, what are we
Yeah.
doing about for consoles?
yeah.
Do a tournament with consoles.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Waifu Wars, but with consoles.
Yeah, why don't we like turn the console wars into why don't we turn waifu wars into console wars?
Yeah, someone like we want people to like, hey, name like 8 consoles, and we're gonna put them in a bracket, and you have to defend why this console is the best console.
Yeah.
That would work. It's a sweet idea.
Except we're gonna change. So instead of we're gonna keep the bracket idea,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be a mystery bracket. So every round it shuffles.
Mm-hmm. Is we're just gonna like put like a random like drop name it after a hat or something. Your wife who's dressed as favorite consoles. Hey, that'd be sweet. But yeah, who is gonna draw them?
This ain't a strip club, bro.
There is no Dreamcast Chan or Saturn Chan. So
Saturn Chan. I'm afraid to go on Google and look those up.
yeah, or Xbox Chan. I'm sure there is.
No, there is one, and there's a PlayStation Chan.
Yeah, I saw that one. GameCube Chan.
So we come up with so me and Keyblade Sonic have put our brains together, and we have decided that console war. We're going to take Waifu Wars, the concept of Waifu Wars, and turn it into console wars. Because honestly, I'm getting sick of the same bullshit anyway with the waifu crap. It's always the same damn waifus.
Yeah, especially it's always got to be the one that's like the flavor of the month. I mean, no disrespect.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a favorite waifu right now, but it's like your waifu was the flavor of the month.
GameCube controllers were sturdy, but you could tell like the Xbox controllers were like heavily based off of the Dreamcast controller. But
Yeah.
the Duke has to go.
The Duke was literally it reminded me of the Dreamcast controller as soon as I saw the Duke.
I can understand like the Duke. The Duke is fine if you have big hands, but like the problem was that they sold that controller in the Japanese market.
Yeah, the Japanese were turned off by it.
And I actually, before anybody says anything rude about me, I actually looked up like the average height of people in Japan. Like if you're taller than 5'9", you are considered tall, like really like tall. If you're 6'1", you're considered like Big Show, Andre the Giant size, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like obviously there's a lot of people because there's a lot of people like in Mexico there's some people that are smaller too. Like if y'all haven't been to Mexico, there are some people there that they're not they like the average height is like I don't know like 5'9", 5'8", something like that. And I like even the shoe size, like for someone like me, it's hard to buy shoes in Mexico because they don't sell fucking shoes my size in Mexico. They really do. They don't.
Yeah, and also like they like I saw this like this person I follow, he went to Japan and he was like he's like 6'9", and like when he was over there, he was like, man, this place is like too fucking tall for me, too short for me. Like just going to the bathroom and such, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I heard their stalls are tiny. Like if you're like a big person, yeah, you're not gonna be comfortable there. Yeah, like I've seen like how big their apartments are, and they are like the size of my bedroom, and I have a tiny ass bedroom. I cannot like Yeah, no, there's no way. So like, because I think the console wars open mic battle format is going to be a much better draw, and it's actually like I've never. I think that's why I want to do this because I want to come up with ideas that are out of the box. Like this is way out there. I have never once, at least not in the state of Texas, I've never seen a console shit dick swinging contest. It is a dick swinging contest.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Waifu Wars was pretty much that. Like, I literally just for entertainment factor went up, and my waifu was booty. Remember that?
Yeah.
Booty. The most important thing in your life is gonna be some booty.
And it was true. It is important.
Everybody loves booty. Doesn't matter if you're gay. Doesn't matter if you're straight. Doesn't matter if you're. Doesn't matter what sexual preference you like. Everybody likes booty. Okay, so console wars. So now comes the second part. So we're gonna go with console wars. Bring the pain. No. Console wars. That's good enough.
The Clash of the Consoles.
Just like. How do we explain this one? Just like.
Nah, because not everybody knows what Waifu Wars is. Oh yeah. Do you have? Wait. What if I read on the private chat? Maybe I'll come up with a description for it.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought I'd throw in a joke. Yeah, let's see what you got. We might be having another guest come on here. This is going to be I'm pretty much going to live stream until I can get some food. Somebody donate money. Fucking cash out. Somebody donate money so I can get food. So, like with the Dragon Ball panel that I already submitted, that one's going to be really interesting because we have some little things to give away this year. And I'm actually ordering. I'm saving up so I can get a couple of figures.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not gonna get super expensive figures, by the way, so y'all can just like not. Don't ask me for one of those $80 ones because that's not happening. Sorry, Sonic. What were you gonna say?
Oh no. Speaking of figures, there was a Bedrock City had like them little spring sale this past weekend.
Yeah, but I didn't know about it. I forgot. I forgot about Free Comic Book Day.
That isn't for like another. That's not until next week.
Oh.
Free Comic Book Day is next week, and also at the Westheimer location, they'll have the creator Deadpool over there.
Oh.
Rob
That's
Liefeld.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah, they're having him like do signings and drawings and all that stuff.
That's kind of cool. Feel free to donate to the Cash App so Jesse can get some food. Jesse is craving nourishment. Feed the Mexican. Every dollar you donate goes to the Broke Ass Mexican Foundation. By the way, don't ever buy shit from Wish. None of y'all. Ever.
I think we've said that already so many times.
I think I have to remind everybody every episode we do.
Yeah,
don't buy shit from Wish.
The fact people still buy from Wish is comical at this point.
You know what? I didn't come here to be judged, okay? Damn it.
There you go. Buy shit from
Wish. All right, so do you have a...
And I want to see what else to add.
I like it, and there's just there are some changes.
Yeah, go ahead and change it. Go ahead.
That gives me an idea, though. Okay, so all right, check it out. All right, tell me what you think. All right. Let's not do all caps though. Not for this panel. Ah. What else did you put?
Do you? Oh yeah, you could also add. Do you think it's the greatest console of all time? If so, prove it in this panel.
Nah, let's not use the word slap.
Do you think it will?
It will
Nah,
beat.
you got to rewrite that. It will beat.
I think.
Your console is the best. That's what it takes to beat the rest.
They make it shorter.
Yeah. Just put do you think your console is the best?
Yeah, that's what I put.
No, you
Oh,
put
lowercase.
no. The S. You put consoles is the best.
Oh, my
Your
bad.
console. Yeah, it doesn't
Thank you.
care.
Do you think your console?
Join us, not joins.
Oh fuck! I don't know what S.
Yeah, join us.
I always proofread everything afterwards.
Yeah, you're
Join
fine.
us for an open mic. Trash.
Join us for an all open mic trash talk tournament.
Trash. Fuck fest. You got to go with that SNK terminology. Oh, Jaguar.
Will it be the Super Nintendo, the PS2, even or the Atari Jaguar?
Yeah, you got to throw that in there.
Yeah. Maybe people would be like, "Hey, I remember that console. I'll defend it," and they'll just come in.
Yeah. Yeah, because you want to like let people when you let people know, like when you add stuff like little shit like that, it lets people know, like, oh, okay, that I'm gonna defend the Game Boy Color. I'm gonna defend the Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Mm.
God damn it! I spelled bracket wrong, didn't I? Oh yeah, I did. Brack. Okay. Gotta close that. See what the comments say. Nothing. I'm gonna say, let's go with a smaller number. I don't think this one will. Yo, what is going on? Joining us is the man, the one, the only, the future world heavyweight champion. Could he go to WWE? Could he go to AEW? Could he go to Impact? Or, he could always go to, I guess, whatever EC3 invented.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Control your narrative.
Yeah.
Is
I haven't really seen anything that they have done.
You weren't missing much, apparently.
Yeah, just some matches. Braun Strowman beating up people. Yeah.
Isn't that what he always does? Though I turned up your mic. I turned up the gain to your volume so we could hear you a little bit better.
All right.
What's up, champ?
Not much. Not much. How you guys been?
We're doing good. You sound tired.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's just a tad bit, you know.
Yeah, bro.
So we're over here, like, trying to decide on what kind of panels we should host. We're going with Comic Palooza first.
Oh, okay. All right.
So what we have so far is we have Console Wars. It's kind of like, have you ever heard of Waifu Wars?
Yeah, I think I heard that one before. Yeah.
Okay, so Console Wars is the exact same shit, but with consoles instead of waifus.
Yeah. It's
Right.
console wars, but with it's waifu wars, but with consoles.
That sounds fun.
Now that I hear it out loud, like, that sounds cool. I might participate.
I want to see
I
someone
shouldn't.
defend a Wii U.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
Someone probably will. Let's be honest. Someone could. That'll be.
You know what? On paper, the Wii U is a great concept.
Mm-hmm. It sounded cool on paper, but it just didn't really execution-wise didn't really work out.
The problem is that everyone thought it was just a Wii attachment.
Yeah, it's the way people compared it. It was like the Sega CD to the Genesis. But looking back now, I feel like the Wii U was pretty much like it reminded me a lot of the Sega Saturn in a way. Like in terms of like, there's so many good games in there, but it's just a bunch of stuff that kind of dropped the ball. It's kind of like when Sega dropped the ball with the Saturn.
Speaking of which, you know how? Okay, so you know the original design for the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made a version of that Wii, but without the GameCube, without the GameCube backwards compatibility.
Yeah, that was like a prototype, and then they eventually just added it.
Like, who made this hot garbage? I only bought the Wii because it played GameCube games.
Yes.
And there are some Wii games that I liked. Yeah, okay, so this is what we got so far. What is your favorite console? Do you think your console is the best? Join us for an open mic trash talk slugfest. There can only be one console champion. Will it be the Super Nintendo, the PS2, or the Atari Jaguar?
I mean, it could be.
This is a tournament style bracket. No, okay, I write style ties. This is a tournament bracket style contest. That's what I should have put.
I feel like if someone says PS2, we're gonna hear a lot of San Andreas talk.
Yeah, they will bring up San Andreas. No,
That's why I was trying to like avoid PS2 involvement, because that's why I don't consider like the PS2 or the Xbox anything past the PS2 or the Xbox like the golden age of gaming. I consider like the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis the golden age of gaming, because it was all the games that we had on each console were so diverse.
Mm-hmm.
They were so like night and day. Like even like let's say you got a Ninja Turtle game on the Sega Genesis and you got one on the Super Nintendo, they were not the same game.
Yeah, like Hyperstone Heist, and it was Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time? Yeah, they were not the same game.
And also like Castlevania, because you also get Super Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo, and then Genesis got Bloodlines.
Right. I didn't even know there was a Full House Tournament Fighter game.
Oh yeah, the nerd reminded me of that. It actually looks really funny.
Yeah, that's how I found out it existed, because of the nerd.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke, and then there's footage. Like, oh, okay.
I was like, wow, they made everything into a fighting game, didn't they? And honestly, the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo were the golden age of fighting games. Like, there are fighting games that are better, that are way better now. But we had fighting games that we'll never get again, like the Full House one.
No, but like during that time, it like set the standard of what fighting games are nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously like Mortal Kombat, like Street Fighter 2, and
I don't care what anybody says. Street Fighter 2 might be the greatest fighting game because it revolutionized the genre, but it is not the best to me. It's significant. It is a great game.
A very significant game.
It's better than when you play Street Fighter 1.
Yeah, exactly.
It is, but Street Fighter Third Strike is so much better.
I like the Alpha. Street Fighter Alpha and all that.
Oh like the Alpha series because it was the engine for Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, especially on like the home console. Sometimes like you ever play like a game on the arcade, and then when you play it on consoles, it actually plays just as good, if not better. I feel like a good example would be Soul Calibur. Like on Dreamcast, it was so good on Dreamcast.
So, yes.
And then like also like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, it played just as good on Dreamcast than it was on the arcade.
Yeah.
And also, I found, speaking of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I found out like recently that there's a mod that replaces the music with Michael Jackson music, and it actually sounds pretty good.
Just playing Billie Jean while fucking playing as Dante shooting people.
just pulling an Infinite as Iron Man.
You know, a game I never got to play, which I hear is really good, is that Spawn Armageddon.
The which one?
Spawn. It was on the PS2.
Oh
called
yeah,
Spawn
yeah,
Armageddon.
yeah. That's a good one too. Wasn't that on Dreamcast or?
No, it was on PS2 and Xbox.
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember there was a Spawn game on Dreamcast. From what I remember. Yeah, Armageddon was on GameCube as well. I actually remember that being on GameCube.
Copy this.
Yeah, In the Demon's Hand. That's what it was called. Spawn in the Demon Hand. It was
Uh,
by Capcom. Yeah,
I miss
Capcom
Spawn.
made a Spawn game.
Capcom made it? Jesus.
Yeah, I kind of forgot Capcom made a Spawn game.
I know Capcom made all kinds of games.
Yeah, Punisher.
Might have spent.
Yeah.
What would this be considered? Entertainment,
Video
video
games.
game.
Yeah, video games, entertainment, pop culture. Yeah, I can see it being those two: entertainment and video games.
I was gonna say horror. Wait, oh, I see pop culture. Okay.
Because there were a lot. Yeah, I mean, pop culture works because people would always bring up like games based on like cartoons or movies and all that would end up becoming really good games.
All right, so that's 3 panels. All right, I pretty much I'm gonna do Dragon Ball. I don't know if I want to do My Hero versus Naruto.
Do Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon.
That's kind of one-sided though, because as much as I like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network was better, but it depends on like which version of Cartoon Network we're talking about.
Okay, let's be specific. Okay, 90s Cartoon Network. Basically, 90s Cartoon Network versus 90s Nickelodeon. And that had to be from like 1990 to 1990. Well, let me be more specific because Cartoon Network came out in 92. Man, it's going to turn 30 this year. Jesus. From 92 to 99. So basically,
The hell did Chad say on the comment section? The real best consoles, the RC.
PS3.
What the hell is that?
It's not like a. It's like an open source thing. It's an emulator. It's a PS3 emulator.
I bet you it doesn't even work properly.
It probably does. It's like I've seen the website. It's actually like a lot of. They're like really dedicated to all the stuff. I'm really curious what.
I want to do a Pokemon roasting panel.
Isn't that what the Pokemon vs. Digimon was?
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely was a Pokemon roasting panel.
Pokemon and Digimon roasting panel. Oh, buddy. Yeah.
Pokemon, Digimon. The war that's been fought for like 10 years.
But like the reason why I feel Pokemon is easier to roast than Digimon is because Pokemon just has too many inconsistencies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, doesn't Digimon like make a new show, die every 5 years, and then come back? Like they go away. Like Pokemon's here so much that we
So
to get.
the way, okay, so Digimon every season was a different show except for the first two. The first two were the only ones that were connected.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the video games, they had hinted they were all connected at one point. And in the manga as well, they talked about a multiverse, but it was in Digimon Fusions where they like acknowledged that they are all from different universes. and they're connected in some way. And in the Digimon video game, the one for the PS4, it's called Cyber Sleuth. They actually have like one of the Digimon like ripped into another universe, and like the main character from that game comes and helps you in this game. I was like, Digimon has acknowledged that it's a multiverse and it's all like fucking super convoluted. But it makes sense in the sense that, okay, these are different universes. Like, there's one universe where the Digimon are older than humans.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, isn't it like the new Digimon game coming out in July, right? They like
Digimon Survive. Dude, we've been waiting years for that one.
Yeah, they already they announced a release date like last week. It was for July 30th.
There's a wait for a Digimon game. Jesus Christ! I didn't even.
Well, okay. Have you ever played what's it fucking called? Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you know how in Fire Emblem, if you fuck up and your character dies, they die.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much like that, but with Digimon.
Okay.
So if a character, like every decision you make, like determines the outcome of the game, and if somebody dies, the entire game will have like a different ending.
Yeah.
People gonna be doing a lot of restarts.
Shit, you're telling
me? It's kind of like Nuzlocke, basically. What people do in Pokemon.
Okay, that one.
That's fucking dumb though. Like, why would you let go your starter?
Pokemon Outlaw.
Oh, the one with the ass cheeks on the cover? Yeah. Trying to think. Okay, so I don't want to do too many panels for Comic Palooza. Fuck it. They're not in the same weekend as another con this year, huh?
What?
Comic Palooza, they're not.
Nope. All these
No, I remember originally it was supposed to be in
May,
Memorial Day, and then there was like a rumor that that was also the same weekend as in the same venue too, same at Georgia Brown. It's like some rifle gun convention, and then they decided to move it to July.
This is Texas.
Yeah, so it was like some NRA. I think it was an NRA convention.
Yeah. Damn it, couldn't just make it the next week. Jesus Christ.
I know, right? Your guns aren't going anywhere.
Oh, either one. Like Jesus Christ. Like, come on now. It's like 3 conventions close to each other, or 4 conventions.
I think it's because their attendance numbers were so fucking high around that time of year. Like, it's in the middle of summer, you know?
Yeah.
That's smart because kids, even if you go to summer school, the kids are out of summer school by then.
By July, yeah, just barely out.
Yeah, like how to reward your failing kid? Then with Comic Palooza.
But I passed.
Like, hey, I know you fucked up during the regular school year, but
yeah, I was gonna say I passed summer school, but you shouldn't have been there to begin with.
Right? Yeah, if you hadn't fucked up, I mean, you barely scraped by in summer school, so.
Come on, man, learn how to cheat. Come on,
I know, right? Learn how to cheat, like your mom cheats on me. Anyways,
or Anime Houston, they.
Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about that. Anime Houston and Colossal Con are in the same weekend, I believe.
Colossal Con.
No, correction. It's Anime. It's Delta H and Colossal in the same weekend.
Oh, I didn't even know that one. Jeez.
Yeah. So and then Anime Houston, it will be on the week before Delta H and Colossal.
That's a lot of fucking money that I gotta fucking ditch out now.
Originally, Delta and Anime Houston were on the same weekend, but
then,
people kicked up a fuss about it, and they're like, "No, change it," and they're like, "Okay, we'll go a week after." Oh, they're all right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
I hope I have vacation time or personal time off to make up for the hours I'm gonna miss at work.
You know how many wrestling shows I'm gonna be doing after this to recoup? Come on, book me.
Hey man, I'm good on the mic. Let me know if you need like a manager or something. Jesus. I know how to take a bump.
Jesus, like Christ, oh my God. I'm praying to God for the sake of these conventions that no one bombs, but like after this year, we need to put something in the group chat or our face group. Like, just be like, can we please work out a system? We cannot financially handle this.
Right, yeah. Dude, I want to go to one of your wrestling shows. Where are they? They're in San Antonio, right?
Like in Cyprus.
Cyprus? Oh, that's not too
mostly later. They're like in Cyprus, Humble, Conroe.
Oh, that's not too bad. I can probably make them out.
Yeah.
Start interviewing y'all.
Well, You're in Houston, right? You're in Houston
Yeah.
area, pretty much, right? Okay, just making sure. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Sign up for press and start interviewing people. So like, what do you prefer, the pant tights or the speedo?
Yeah.
I don't see why more people don't go with the pants version. I don't get the speedo, dude.
I don't know. I'm not wearing no speedo. Screw that. No.
Yeah, for it's like, come on, bruh.
And y'all got your AEW tickets for May 18th.
No, those cost money.
I think I just got like the $50 one. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not-
I got mines, and I pretty much got the same seat as I did last time.
Me too. I'm like section 119. I'm like, this is pretty much the same area I was at last year.
Yeah.
So
same area.
did y'all hear about the people that were like burning the Cody Rhodes figures?
I heard about that.
That's stupid. Wow. Like, meanwhile, you pretty much bought it, so it's
Yeah.
kind of dumb. Like, it's so dumb when people to anybody out there who's like protesting, like, oh, they're gonna burn like their jerseys and all. Like, you bought it. It's not a big deal. It's like, oh, I'm gonna show. It's like you
I
just
hate
spent
John
money
Cena.
on it.
I hate John Cena so much. I will buy a Cena jersey and rip it. I will give them $27 for a jersey.
Yeah.
Or I'll
Yeah,
buy-
see, I if I hate someone enough, I'll burn their shit, but I ain't paying for it. I'll steal it.
or I'll buy a Cena sucks jersey, despite the fact that Cena sucks jersey money goes directly towards John Cena. Just to show.
Yeah, because it's got his stupid name on it.
Oh yeah, so yeah, like Chad said, yeah, Delta moved because they would have been in a conflict with Anime Houston, which they did, and then Colossal, according to them, they said it was some due scheduling conflicts because normally they do it in November, and they suddenly moved it to August, and which is kind of weird because I actually would have preferred if it was in November.
Okay, so apparently this is what I asked. Somebody said that Anime Houston is the one that changed their dates because you got so much shit about being on the same weekend as Delta.
Yeah,
I thought it was the other way around, that they got mad at Delta for not.
yeah, it's like a he said she said thing.
Okay.
Right. So because apparently there's an actual post of them saying, "Oh, we didn't realize."
Yeah, that's what I remember from Delta saying that they didn't realize that it was on the same weekend.
Either way, Colossal Con decided to like go in there and fuck with everybody's plans.
Yeah,
So-
I feel like personally it should have been they should have stayed in November or at least like October or something, because I know Icky will be in that same venue in January.
So, like, let me ask you, like, is it the idea of pulling people away, or is it splitting the art? Because to me, like, if one convention, because Colossal Con, that's held in like Round Rock, and Delta's held in Houston, that's like two places that are like what, 2 hours apart? Is that
3
really
hours
like,
apart,
big?
2.5, 3 hours apart.
Like,
Yeah,
is it really that big? Like, of an issue? If it's like that far away, or is it still?
Yeah,
like,
it's that far away.
Yeah,
like,
it is,
it can take
because
more
you got to remember, like, it's not just like the attendees that they're tearing apart. They're tearing apart like the panelists,
the
the
vendors too.
guests, the vendors, the artists.
Okay.
Because it, like, whenever a con does this stupid shit, like, it fucks with everybody, like everybody as a whole. Like, it fucks with us too. Like, when
Yeah.
Anime Houston and Delta HCon were going to be in the same weekend, like, I wasn't going to pick and choose. I wasn't going to pick or choose which con. I was just going to work both cons like an idiot again this year,
Yeah,
like I did last year with Comic Palooza and Delta. But if I have to pick and choose between Colossal Con and Anime Houston, I'm going to choose Anime Houston because I think Anime Houston has a lot of potential.
right. I mean, not saying like for me, I was at Colossal last year, and it was like if you were there, if you actually had a hotel room in the resort,
Yeah.
that was better, because if you were outside of it, you really wouldn't do much, especially if you wanted to go to like the water parks, because the water parks you go in for free if you reserved a room inside the resort.
Well, that's what I like. One of the things I like about when I see stuff like that, and this new anime convention that's coming in October, Anime Texas.
Yeah, that's another one. too,
Yeah,
though.
where it's like George R. Brown. If I'm out, if Comic Palooza, if I'm over the convention, or if I'm just trying to do stuff outside of it, I can go outside Comic Palooza and go to Discovery Green and stuff like that. And last year at Anime Houston, it kind of wasn't like that, because you were kind of just by like a highway and stuff. So I love when a convention is by a place where you can kind of do other stuff and have fun.
Yeah,
and stuff
other
like that.
activities and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And also what like Anime Texas, that's happening to, and also because like I feel like Onicon is like declining like rapidly.
I was about to bring that up, and I think that's on the same weekend, right?
Yeah, that's probably because you either have to go to the Woodland or you go into Galveston.
Right. It's too much, dude. Honestly,
Yeah.
the last time we had like a boom of anime cons like this was in 2008, 2007, 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Recession period. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so like there are a lot of cons that were around: Anime Overload, Animix, YuleCon, Kamikaze Con. Those are just some that I can name off the top of my head. That I can remember.
Well,
There's just too many, and like having too many cons that close together is not a good idea because it's like, oh yeah, look at all the cons we have, look at the variety. No, it's really a strain on financially.
I think
Yeah.
I think we're just feeling the grass is greener effect, where we see other places, especially in the Houston area, with more cons, and we wanted it so much because we were tired of just having just comic pools and Matsuri, and now we have Delta and Anime Houston and Anime Texas, and we're realizing that, ooh, this isn't what we wanted, or we didn't, or the people in charge didn't really think all this through.
And
now we're-
you say that now, but there are still a lot of idiots out there
We'll say
that
it's
like.
fucking Matsuri.
that-
Like,
Go ahead, Sonic.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that there are a lot of idiots out there that don't even know there are other cons
Mhm.
besides Matsuri. It's like Sonic was saying. I might have to go pick up my niece at 8:05, so I might have to step away for a bit. But
all right.
all right,
Yeah, you said it early. It's fine.
all right, that's nice. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's about an hour from now anyway. So
Yeah, that's fine.
so like there are people that look at anime Matsuri. Oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. Well, okay, so why is it the greatest con ever? Well, the dealer's room. Okay, you can find all the same shit on Amazon.
Honestly, no. Honestly, they'll make Anime Matsuri or why people consider it the best con ever. I would say, I guess you could say it's the location because they're inside a big convention center. That
They don't
can
even utilize the whole convention center though.
Oh, I know. I remember, and you probably remember too. I remember back when I first started going, back when we used to have the A, the B, and the C and G. I think went all the way to like the G halls or whatever before they did
Yeah.
construction, and they used to make those big giant doors to like separate the parts. Now
Yeah.
it's all one thing. So yeah, it's I've seen the change or whatever. So it's like, yeah, it's not as hyped up as it should be.
No, it's definitely not. I was gonna say another thing that people will say that's good about Anime Matsuri. Oh, the car show. The car show hasn't been good since 2009. Like literally, Anime Matsuri is hot garbage. It's a dumpster fire. Like literally, you can find a better car show in the hood. Oh, their panels. Okay, the 5 panels where the people actually show up on time and have their shit together.
Yeah, I saw like this dude, and I was gonna ask Sonic Fox about this because you mentioned Colossal Con. So this dude, he likes to vlog some of his things about Anime Matsuri, and he did one about the Vic Mignogna panel and the Culture War and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, these are the best that they had. Like the sumo stuff looked pretty fun, but that was just about it. These are panels you went to, or like the speed dating for cosplay thing. It's like Jesus Christ. I was gonna say, for Sonic, you said that you went to Colossal Con last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard, but they said this is the same guy. Apparently, there was this guy that kept walking around. I guess he was telling or politely saying that you could take off your mask or whatever. And apparently, like security, I guess, or people have to walk up and tell him not to keep doing that. Like he kept saying, "Yo, this is Texas. Take off your mask." You know, you don't
Yeah, that's like fucking cringe, honestly, because they said it was like because the rule was like if you were masks were optional, but they were encouraged because people still
Yeah.
wore them. Like for me, I still wore it even though I was vaccinated. It's just like not because it's like also because it's an anime con. People still fucking stink.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
no
because
shit.
like yeah, and there's people out there who say like, oh, I got the vaccine and all that, but they never got the vaccine. They were just deniers and all that stuff.
Well, this guy, his name was like Ministry of Otaku.
I think I've heard about. Yeah, I think I've heard
Yeah, he was like a chopper hat or whatever, and he's like, he hates anime conventions that make you wear a mask. He says he says things like Corona Chan and COVID woke, and I'm like, what are you saying? I've never heard these words. Jesus.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I saw that dude before, and also he was like, he was also saying how, I don't know, I remember, I forgot what it was. It was, fuck, I'm trying to remember because there's also it reminds me of an upcoming con that's happened at Acon. they're doing the whole like mask required, you know, and all that stuff and all that. And like everybody's like, oh, I'm not gonna go because of it and all that stuff. And it's like I've been watching the group chat about it because I'm actually planning to go to Acon because I found out Groupon had this deal. It was like you buy 2 passes for the price of 1, basically.
Mm.
And I was like reading, and some guy was like, "Oh, who here's gonna go not gonna go because of the mask mandates?" And just like everybody his the replies, I don't. It's like he didn't really thought it through. He really thought that he really thought it was gonna go his way, but no, everyone was like going up against him. Like, dude, like nobody asked, dude.
Well, I remember this dude. He just always like, yeah, these conventions are COVID woke, and
Yeah, like
they're trying to use mass hysteria or whatever. And I'm like, come on, dude, no.
What does he call himself? Like
Min-
dumbass coon or some shit like that?
Ministry of Otaku, and I'm like, what?
Oh,
He has like a Twitter. He has a Twitter handle with the name. I was like, Jesus.
why that sounds like a neckbeard. Is he a neckbeard?
No, he's wrong.
nah, he's like he like all of his stuff. It just says, "Oh, I've been stalked and canceled by Kick Vic
Yep.
maniacs.
Yep.
Oh, my account is being subjected to DMCA fraud by Kick Vics. Don't buy worst mock. I don't know. It's like a bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay. He's one of those guys that like, hey, how to say you're a dumbass without saying you're a dumbass. Got it.
Probably
Yeah,
that.
and then he
Probably.
was like, he's like a diehard, I guess, Vic Mignogna fan. I'm like, okay, you already lost credibility here.
Honestly, this is between me, y'all, and the people that listen to this show. I don't know the full story as to what went on with Vic. I know I'm supposed to like read about it and cover it and talk about it and give my opinion. I honestly didn't. I had bigger shit to deal with. And honestly, from a personal standpoint, even true or not, real or not, I don't care. He's a dick. Vic is a fucking dick.
I think when there's a lot of more people saying it and there's enough breadcrumbs and a lot more intimate stories, it's like, yeah, there's some truth to it.
He's a fucking douche, dude. He had them cancel the cosplay contest because he was rehearsing. And he didn't want anyone to hear him rehearsing because he was rehearsing in the room next door to the cosplay competition. Jeez. And so they cut the cosplay competition short. I think it was like IkiCon 2010 or 11, one of those 2 years. It's before I started dating Ashley, so I think it's around 2011 or 10. Yeah, it's definitely one of those 2 years. Yeah, I remember that shit because I was in charge of the halftime show. Like, it was part of this competition that I had created, and I was doing the halftime show, and they fucking shut us down because Vic was like, "Oh, Vic's rehearsing. It's part of his contract. We have to end the cosplay competition." Like, all the walk-ons didn't go on. None of the skits went on. Like, the judges literally ran on stage and just chunked. They yeeted the awards at who they thought was the best that went on stage.
There you go. Oh.
Hey man, congratulations! Just chunk it at him, and then get out.
Can I say my speech? No.
No speech. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, fuck that. No, screw that shit.
So that is my personal experience. Vic is the kind of guy that gives off the vibes. Why are there green M&Ms in this bowl? Sir, you asked for the green M&Ms. Well, now I don't want them.
Well, in his panel, he tried to use like a Jesus story or whatever to make up for the allegations or something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
You leave my cousin out of this.
That's good.
I don't know. Like, I'll look into it, and maybe it's too. I don't want to.
He better not come to Anime Houston. Screw that.
They're not gonna book him.
Thank God.
Any con that books Vic, they get shit on by the community. Like, there's no room for Vic anymore. Like, Vic is definitely a thing. He's a relic of the past. They even replaced him as Broly. Like, Johnny's Broly now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So, like I was saying, we were talking about anime cons in general.
Yeah.
There are just too many anime cons now. And you have to really think about it. Both of y'all, think about this, man. Think about this. Our gas prices are still at close to $4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of traveling. especially if you have a big vehicle and you pull a trailer because you're a vendor. You're just gonna jack up your prices.
Oh yeah.
I see people that like somebody's selling a figure, a Goku figure. They wanted $50, dude, and it's still on Amazon for 30.
Yeah, they're kind of like, I've seen that so many times too, and it's like a lot of people. It's just like another thing where it's like when you see like a game or something like that, and like prices go up and all that. Like for like retro collecting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember when like collecting video games, retro collecting was a little bit easier, but now I feel like after the pandemic, everyone got into it, and now it's twice as hard.
Oh, you know, also
Three times as hard.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
Everybody was like collecting Pokemon cards ever since like guys like Logan Paul and all that stuff started doing
him
it.
and his $5 million Pokemon card
Yeah.
that he wore to WrestleMania.
That's how you get heat.
Bro, I do not like Logan Paul at all. I do not like him. And it's not that I'm a hater or anything like that. Like, I just don't. He was just never his stupid shit was never my cup of tea. I never got into his shit. Never watched his shit. I don't like him as a boxer.
Of course, you don't like him as a boxer. He's always losing.
Well,
His brother, that's the good one.
Yeah, his brother would get his ass handed to him by the boxers I grew up with, dude.
Yeah, I know. We're kind of just waiting for him to get into like a real fight or a real boxing match, like fight someone from the WBC.
Fight Tyson and let's talk. Tyson whipped the shit out of that guy in the airplane. By the way, if y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to. That shit's great. Guy had it coming.
Yeah, he kind of did.
After watching Logan Paul in WrestleMania, as much as I don't like him, he's got my respect, dude. He took some bumps. He didn't just go in there like every other celebrity, throw a couple of punches, do a flip or two, and then get the pin.
Nah, bro. Bad Bunny set the new standard, my guy.
No, yeah, Bad Bunny has really, and like y'all, like all the celebrities from this point forward can blame Bad Bunny for like that shit. They can't just go in there and pull like a what's her name from the Jersey Shore Sushi?
Oh, Snooki.
Snooki.
Yeah.
Oh, Snooki, yeah. Snooki.
Actually, you know what? I'll add to that. I was at WrestleMania, so I could like support add leverage to that. Yeah, Logan Paul, he looked like he fit right in there. I'll give him that.
Like the fact that him and Bad Bunny have they have enough respect for the ring to go in there and learn and respect it and take the bumps that they did and do the things they did. First off, sir, I have been in a wrestling ring. Okay, I know how to take a bump. I have been on that top turnbuckle. There are many people that are trained in professional wrestling to take a bump that will tell you that the top turnbuckle is nothing to fucking laugh at.
Yeah.
Like that is one of the things you have to have no fear, or you can't hesitate at all. Look at what happened with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar hesitated at WrestleMania 19. He almost killed himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Pachinko says, yeah. So like we mentioned earlier about the whole people are like buying stuff. It's hard to collect stuff. There's like some businesses that like purposely buy stuff from like different stores and they just flip them and sell them for like twice as much.
That's actually one of the things I want to talk about later on in the week is bootlegs. I went to Comicpalooza, bought a Goku figure. From a distance, looked great. Look amazing. Get it up. I finally paid for it. Got it in my hand. Bootleg. I was pissed.
Yeah, you could actually
You said the same thing for Anime Houston, where you saw like some noticeable bootlegs.
Yeah, there were a lot of noticeable.
Yeah. Remember, you were there, and I told you like some of the wallets were like bootleg.
Yeah, they were like obvious bootleg too. Like they just picked out like a design from like a poster of like something you would probably see at Redbubble. They would just put a poster and just put it as a wallet, like all right. Like it just looks so off. But there's some places that like you could report that to like security's like, hey, this person's selling bootleg stuff, and they'll probably like do something to the vendors.
Right? Yeah, they will.
And not only that, like so, what Pachinko was talking about in the comment section, there's a store in a flea market I go to, this guy was like selling like Nendroids and Figmas and like Funkos and all that for like a ridiculous amount of price. Because I'll give you an example. So there was a Nendroid figure I saw. He was selling it for $100, and I looked it up on Amazon while staring at the figure. And I looked it up. It was like $65. And I'm like, really, dude? I could just wait 2 days and I can just get it for $65 than rather paying $100 and getting it immediately.
I was actually going to bring up. Am I still mute?
Nah, you're still.
I was actually going to bring up Sharpstown Mall in Houston. They sell a bunch of anime shit, but it's all like fucking bootleg stuff.
Yeah, it's like easily tell. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there is some bootleg stuff out there that looks like really good.
Mhm.
Like the diorama that I have of Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, the one that I posted a picture of. Let me see if I can get a picture of that on my Amazon for the podcast. That's obviously a bootleg. I bought that and that was shipped here from fucking China. It took 4 fucking weeks for it to get here, because they stopped it at. I got a message saying that they had stopped it at customs for like they were checking it for cocaine or some shit. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
They stopped it for the inspection. I know that much.
Okay.
They inspected it and they sent me a message saying that it was delayed due to an inspection.
Mm.
So I was like, that bitch better. I hope that shit did not come with drugs and they just confiscated my drugs. Those are my drugs. Let me stop sharing this shit.
But nah, it's gonna be insane, man. Just multiple cons.
Right? Yeah. No, it's. Let me show you real quick.
I mean, at least you guys are like submitting panels, so I guess you don't have to pay for the ticket. So like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. How
know
did my
kind of
dog
like
get
some
inside my?
panels, too.
Oh, somebody opened the door. I was like, how did my dog open the door to my room? Okay, well, close my door because I'm doing something. The dog's name is not Hero. His name is Dog.
I think this is Delta's 15th. No, I think it's Delta's 14th year or 15th year.
Delta started in 2008.
So it's like, yeah, it's 14.
Yeah.
This is the Goku Black that I got.
Oh.
Is it legit or is it fake?
No, it's a boot. Like these kind of figures, they're not legit.
It looks like he has the scythe and the energy ball and.
Like I bought it and then I read the reviews and people were bitching like, oh, he came incomplete. He doesn't have all the little pieces he's supposed to have, like the little pink energy things that are at the bottom at the base.
Yeah.
Like apparently a lot of people got this figure with those missing, but I lucked out and this one came with everything. Put some batteries in them. This thing looks great. This is the room. I turn off the lights in the room, so like the only thing that's reflecting is the computer screen, but it looks pretty good. Overall, like it's not. It looks good. The material's pretty good, but it's not officially licensed.
Okay.
So these kind of figures, like you're not gonna like get licensed.
Yeah,
They
like
don't really-
yeah. But yeah, because I've seen that kind of stuff too. It's like, there's some items that look really good, and it's like you're shocked to find out that they're bootleg. I was like, man, this is too good to look like a bootleg.
Right. There are some, dude. Like there are some Sonic that I found on eBay.
Mm.
They look really good, dude. They're like 16 inches tall, and they're like $200, but they are bootlegs. Like they're not officially licensed, and that's where a lot of these dioramas come from. They are not officially licensed because like there's no way Funimation or Bandai is gonna make something that huge and like ship it out in mass quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a diorama. Like this is a two-piece. I'm hungry.
Wait till tomorrow.
What for chicken?
Yeah, I guess so. That's the only when you think of 2-piece, I just thought of Popeyes.
Oh yeah. Go for some wings.
Or 2 for Tuesday, yeah, that too.
So this is a diorama. This one is about 10. This is about 9 or 10. This is about 7 or 8 inches. Well, the other one's like 12 or 13 or 14 inches, but this one's like definitely a lot smaller.
Let's see. Didn't Logan? Yeah, that you have that Logan Paul. Speaking of Logan Paul, yeah, he did buying fake Pokemon cards.
Yeah, he spent like what 500 G's.
Yeah, on fake Pokemon cards.
You know what though? He had insurance on those.
Yeah, so it
The
kind of
buyer, yeah, the buyer totally ripped him off, and he's gonna get in trouble. But you know what though, dude? That's the problem with eBay. You run a risk with eBay.
Yeah.
Definitely with eBay, you gotta be careful, and that's definitely one of those things I want to talk about when it comes to bootlegs. Because I have some figurines that are bootlegs. They were either gifts from and some of the figurines that I have that are bootleg I've had since I was a child.
yeah.
I was like 10 years old. I've had them for like 23 years, 24 years. So some of these figures have like some sentimental value, and some of these bootlegs, they, as bad as they look, they hand make them in Mexico.
Mhm.
So I like the little, like they might look bad, but I like them for the sense that these are handmade.
Yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure in a way.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. But like that Goku Black figure looks way better than this one, and this one's officially licensed.
Gotta watch out for bootlegs, dog. Shit.
Well, this one is official. This is.
Yeah.
I got this one from GameStop. I got the Goku Vegeta part from Amazon. I'm sorry. I got the from GameStop and the Gogeta part. These are two figures that attach together to make this diorama. You have to buy them separately, and that's such bullshit that I hate that Bandai does.
I always thought that was like a custom thing you just put in there.
No, like I didn't know. So I watched this video, and this guy was like showing me this figure. He's like, you just slide the Gogeta in the back part, and it goes right in there. I was like, no way. And then I looked at my figure, and I pull off one of like the little flames, one of the little yellow-green flames, and it has the slots for Gogeta's feet. And I was like, what the hell? I never noticed that. I always thought that this figure was missing something. It always felt like it was missing something. Like it was odd. I have a picture of it too. But like like I hate that they sell these figures. Like they sell these figures that like connect together, they attach together. But oh, this one's $30 and this one's $30.
Yeah.
I really don't like that, because it's just more money, and obviously I'm gonna get them.
I think that's the point. They want you to get them because they want you to spend more money.
Yeah, see, this is the Goku Vegeta without Gogeta. It looks like something's missing.
It's like, you're gonna scam me, guys.
Yeah, I know they're taking advantage of my wallet. No dinner, no movie, no Louvre, no nothing.
Oh my god, Anime Houston last year, I think we had like maybe $80 to our name after we paid for the hotel because it was so last minute and so close. It was just, oh my god, we wanted to buy stuff from the vendor so badly. We were just spending money at McDonald's the whole weekend.
Dude, like I spent a lot of money that weekend because it was my birthday. Like legit, that Friday was my actual birthday. So we ended up going to the club and ended up spending like $150.
Shoot. All I know is when it comes to these hotels, I'm gonna try to get there at least 2 hours early.
Oh yeah, so Chad brings it up, but the Delta HCon party this year.
Yep.
Yeah, that is something that we are gonna do and we are planning, and that's definitely in the works. Chad's bringing it up because he's actually gonna do the concert in our room this year. So I don't know if you heard, dude, but we have a concert at our party at Delta. We didn't have one last year because it was all so last minute. Like we had decided at the very last minute, okay, we're gonna go to Delta. Because like I remember we were all still debating it. We were all still debating it until like 2 or 3 weeks before Delta.
Yeah, because because there was that wedding going on too.
That wedding, but it was also because the COVID.
Yeah,
that's when COVID was still like at its peak.
And we were doing, and then like everyone was getting vaccinated, and they were starting to open up places again and all that.
Yeah, that's when places were barely opening back up, and it was people were still cautious. And then we had the wedding, and I remember getting fed last like a fucking peasant. But definitely Delta this year and Anime Houston. I had fun at Anime Houston. Anime Houston was great. I mean, the panel room that we were in sucked because it was hot, but I don't really blame the con for that. That's the hotel's fault.
Yeah, and also it was our first year, so cut up some slack.
Hyatt in downtown should be like a lot more spacious for the.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot better. It's definitely gonna be a lot better.
Yeah, I used to.
I will say this though, I have never attended the closing ceremonies to a con.
Me neither.
Anime Houston was the first one.
The only one I ever attended was Icky. Those are like the only ones I would attend.
The only reason why we were there because me, Your Highness, the crew, we were all just sitting at a table, and they were just like the open space was the panel room. Like, oh, I guess we're attending the panel too.
We were so mad, like we ended up trying to play along with the prizes, and we were like so
Yeah.
mad. You're not getting close to this number. Get close to this number. You'll never say this. You're not going that low. Come on.
Yeah.
This stuff is fixed.
Yeah, we were screaming at them. This is bullshit. This is
No one in our group got a single thing.
Hell.
Come on.
this is bullshit. How come that guy's got 5 tablets? He don't need an extra one. I forgot who won. It was some like dude with like a I don't remember shit.
Could you imagine them trying to do opening ceremonies in the new Hyatt then? I don't think they have that floor space for that for opening ceremonies in that Hyatt. At least in the lobby. At least in the lobby.
They're not going to do it in the lobby this year. They're definitely going to do it in a panel room.
I was about to say.
It's just that you remember at that con there was no big panel room. They were all tiny.
Yeah.
There was
all the panel rooms were tiny.
The one big panel room, air quotes, was like the one on the second floor that was like way in the back, and it was like where they had the rave too. That was
I was like, why the hell did they have the rave here in this room? This room is, I'm like, this panel room is about as big as like Walgreens. I know there are Walgreens is bigger than that panel room. There are apartments bigger than that panel room.
And then you had the weird lines if you went downstairs where it's like everything's so close together.
Yeah, like they were escorting me to one of my panels because like, so they booked me for two panels back to back. Like as soon as one ended, like the next one started. So they escorted me to the next panel. I was like, hey, there's no way I'm going to make it to that panel in time because I always run into people I know in the hallways and they always stop me to talk. Like, and I don't want to be a dick. Like, and so they escorted me. And like literally exactly what I said was going to happen happened. I'm like, hey man, like look, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm running late for my panel. Like they're taking me right now to my panel. So can we talk later? Like, and then my friend looks pissed. Like I didn't want to talk to him. I'm like, I just explained. What the fuck, dude? I miss Anime Houston.
Our new niche convention, yes. All right. Started with 4,000. Now hopefully they get 8,000.
They didn't have 4,000 people, did they?
Was it? I think they were expecting 2,000. They got like 4,500.
They had a big number. I remember they said that they had so many people show up. They didn't have enough like the band, like the lanyards for the badges. They didn't even have enough badges.
Yeah, they started giving out the band
wristbands.
The wristbands.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking insane, dude. That just goes to show you how much Houston really needs a really good anime con. And I could see Anime Houston, and I told the con chair, I've talked to him, I've talked to him one-on-one, and I told him like straight up, hey man, look, if you do it right, like this con has a lot of potential. If you do it right, you could be bigger than Anime Matsuri. Now, let's just put it out there. Anime Matsuri might be a shit show of a convention. It might be a fucking dumpster fire, but it is a big con.
Yeah, and it gets a lot of publicity.
It does. It gets a lot of attention. It gets a lot of publicity. It gets a lot of attendees. Ghosting or not, whether they sell that many badges or not, they take the pictures of the crowds to make it look like the con is packed. And it works. They are, by definition, successful. Now, that doesn't mean they are a success. I know that's going to be like, well, how can they be successful and not a success? They could be successful in the sense that they are making you believe that they have a large attendance. But financially, they might not be a success. We need a con that's going to dethrone Anime Matsuri. As much as I like Delta, it's already been, 14 years, 15 years?
Yeah.
Like, Delta has the potential to be bigger.
Right.
They're just missing the it factor. They're kind of like, go ahead.
Oh yeah, like I've been saying this like lately about it. I would say like as much as I like Delta, I do like Delta, so I'm just gonna make this clear. I like Delta, but I feel like they're like stuck in a rut. You know what I mean? Like they're doing like the same. It's like sometimes you gotta like sparks, like have a new spark or something like that, because you can't just do the same thing over and over again. People are gonna get exposed. Like, oh, it's like the same con every year. It's like not really much has changed. It's to the point where I knew people who were telling me, "It's like, yeah, I used to go to Delta H for the con itself, but now I just go for the room panels. That's for the room parties. That's it."
It's because, and look, look, before I say anything, Sarah, Delta HCon staff,
Right.
I love Delta. Sarah, I think you're doing an amazing job. Some of the staff members, you guys are amazing. It's always a pleasure to work with y'all. But everyone knows that there are some staff members at Delta HCon that need to go. They are so fucking dead set on their stupid ways. Like the events director at I think it was Anime Austin, I think it was Anime Austin. They fucking fired her. Like we talked to their con stuff. Like, look, yeah, we came 1 year. We worked with what's her face. She was really bad because she only books like the panels she likes.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't book the panels based on their entertainment factor. So it was a lot of like ask a nation, ask a cosplayer, like those kind of dumb shit panels.
Those in character panels.
Right, where they like most of the questions are like about their sexual orientation. Like, who cares? Like, it's just a bunch of.
It's a fan panel.
It is a fan panel with a bunch of teenagers whose hormones are unstable. Like, they fired her. We went to go run panels the following year, and we had so much fun. They were so easy to work with. They let us have so much, like, not freedom but leeway. And I told him, like, dude, this is night and day. This was amazing. We will come back and work with y'all again. And he was like, yeah, you guys are really good to work with. I didn't understand why they gave y'all a bad rep. Because we get bad reps for some panels that don't necessarily have us involved. Like that whole speed dating game panel that I went to speed dating game at Delta that was run by Naomi 1 year. And it took them 45 minutes to figure out what the fuck they were doing, and even then they didn't figure it out. We were literally sitting there, and it's already been 45 minutes. And I got up. I was like, okay, what's the problem? Like, we are all just literally sitting here not doing shit.
Ring a bell.
Oh, we're just trying to figure out the format. We're trying to figure out what to do. I'm like, you know what? There's only 15 minutes. Like, you know what? Everyone get up and just start talking to each other. And obviously, y'all know that like a bunch of guys circled like one or two girls.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Unfortunately, that's inevitable.
Right. This past Delta, though, we had Coronas like, welcome to social awkward dating. Yeah, today the word of the day is family, because we had Coronas in the panel. Nothing stronger than family. So that was pretty funny. And then after the panel was over, it's just a bunch of people sitting in a circle and talking. I'm just like telling them different shit that I've been through. Oh yeah, like we've been through this, we've been through that. I met Vic, he's a dick. I met Johnny, he's cool. I met Sean Shamwell, he's a dick too. I was telling people about all the people I met. I met Roddy Piper, he was drunk when I met him.
Jesus Christ.
Which is crazy. I met Roddy before he died. And he smelled like alcohol, dude. I saw Eddie's last pay. I was telling, I saw Eddie's last pay-per-view fight. I saw Sting's last pay-per-view fight before AEW.
Oh, okay, that one, yeah.
So, I was just sharing stories, and that was great. But like, because I stood up, got on the stage with the people, and was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Somebody walked in. One of the staff members walked in there, saw me, and automatically assumed it was my panel. Like, oh, Goku ran a shitty panel. And so that marked me down the ladder. That you can get panel, like, if you host a panel at a con and it does bad, all the other cons will hear about it because they have a lot of the same staff members.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't realize that, but that's why That's why you see a lot of panelists don't come back if they have a bad panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
And that's why we created the whole making your own panel 101. It's not like we're not trying to monopolize panels. We want to help people because if people make better panels, that pushes me to make better panels. Like literally, that was the whole point of the show, was for us to sit here and come up with ideas for better panels. Because I saw that other guy, the guy that I'm not going to say his name, and I'm not going to say the name we gave him, but we talked about him once on the show, and then he tried to cancel culture us. Yeah, good luck with that, by the way, guy.
Oh yes. I am fully aware of it.
And
We remember.
yes, he made the whole shtick about the whole Black Lives Matter thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he started talking about his panels in one of the groups that we're in. And he's like, oh, I'm going to run better panels for y'all, the people. I'm like, you mean for the 5 people that attend your panel? Not knocking you, because I have some panels where only 5 people will attend. But, like, I've told people, like, if I attend your panel at a con, that's because I either know you or I really think your panel is going to be entertaining. I do not go to other people's panels for shit. I don't go to other events. I don't go other. I can't talk. I don't go to other panels. I haven't even been to Ross's panels. I haven't been to Deacon Rap shows. I haven't been to any panels. Like, hey man, you gonna come check out a panel? I'm like, no, unfortunately, I have a panel either right before, right after, or during your panel. So I either have to prep.
It's like you're already committed to other stuff, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like, because like Sonic was there. Like, as soon as we're done with one panel, we have a lot of equipment. So we have equipment set aside for different panels, like the karaoke. Okay, this is all the stuff we need. Okay, we're doing Dragon Ball versus My Hero. Okay, we don't need any of this stuff. We just need the laptop. Okay, we need these 2 bags over here for this panel. We need these bags over here for this panel. We need all this equipment for this panel. Like, it is a lot of work. Like, I have everything like set aside in different bags and like it's organized when we get there. It's not organized by the second day. Like by the second day, everything's tangled because they literally only give us 10 minutes to like break down if there's another panel after us. So I'm like, just chunk everything in the container. And let's go. Because like one thing I've been pretty good at is being consistent. I'm pretty consistent at starting on time and ending on time. I end on time if there's a panel after mine. If there is nothing after my panel, I will not end on time. I will actually go over.
Yeah.
Unless I'm told not to go over.
Ain't nobody here? All right, just keep going with the show.
Yeah, ain't nobody here. Fuck it. But I get pissed if someone is before me and they don't end on time. I will literally start ending my shit 10 minutes before they go on so they can start setting up. But like when people end right at the very second that they're supposed to be off, I get pissed off because I need time to set up.
Right. Yeah, because it's like it gets tough, you know, especially if you have like certain stuff like the equipment. You know, if anything goes wrong, you have to like fix it and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened during karaoke. Someone plugged in the soundboard into the wrong port into the speaker. Now, the problem with sound equipment is everything has to go into the right connection. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't go into the right connection, nothing will work. And they plugged it in to the wrong connection. I think they plugged in instead of an auxiliary in, they plugged it into an auxiliary out. Like the sound goes out into the speaker or into another speaker, and that's where it messed up. So it takes at least half an hour to like set up sound equipment because you have to test everything. So it's definitely a lot of work. But with that being said, what cons are you gonna go to, man?
Me?
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I've booked up most of the hotels for most of the cons during the summer. Delta, Anime Tech.
Did you already book Deltas?
Yeah, I booked Delta Hotel.
Okay, well, let me know because we book all the hotel rooms for Delta with the con rate or a cheaper rate because we try to get them in the same block with us.
Okay. Yeah, because the
reason why we do that is because if you guys, okay? Are y'all planning on partying? Are y'all planning on going to parties? Or are you throwing a party?
I plan on going to a party. Shoot.
Okay, so the reason why we do that is because if we have a party and we book the rooms next to us, so we don't get the noise complaint.
Nice.
So like, if you go outside, you can't really hear us at all. But the rooms, you can hear us next door. You can hear us in the next room over. But we own those rooms.
Awesome.
That's why we've never really gotten in trouble with our Delta parties.
I know.
Other people have gotten in trouble with their Delta their Delta parties. That's because another thing we started doing is we started IDing people. We even started introducing wristbands. Like if you don't have a wristband, we have to check your ID.
That's funny. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
there was an issue with that. Like it happened like it was twice last year where it was like at Matsuri, it was like 30 people in one room in the Hilton, and we all got caught. And then they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go to a room next door." While the security guy is still there in the hall, he's like, "Do a hall sweep." I'm like, "You idiots!" And then when I went to Anime Houston and hung out with you guys, it's one of those, like you said, yeah, there's like some people in this room that's like 19, 20. You know, no one does like a write the X on their hand to make sure you don't give them alcohol or anything like that. Come on now.
Oh yeah, that's what we did. That's what we did. All right. So for our room, you can't even get in unless you're 21. All right,
Okay.
let's see some ID. 21. All right, you're good. 19. Sorry, champ. Because we had some of the Delta HCon people talk to us. Like they're like, hey, this was in 2019 when they talked to us. Like, hey man, so like, oh, you're Jesse Goku, right? I'm like, yeah. Oh, this is the party I heard about. Like, I'm like, you heard about us? He's like, yeah, my son. Because this guy was older than me. He was like, yeah, I was talking to my son. And I was like, hey man, are you gonna go to that party? And my son was like, no, they're IDing people at the door. Can't go.
Yeah, last year when I met you, I saw you at Anime Houston at the party. It's like I thought I was the oldest because I think everyone was like 21, barely 20, some 19, and then you just beat us by a mile in your 30s. I'm like, this is kind of a problem here.
Yeah.
That the two oldest people are like a decade apart.
Right, so I was at one of those parties, and everybody's 21, and I knew they were all like in the early 20s because they started fighting over a girl. No, bro, I called dibs on her. No, bro, she's not interested in you like that. But I called dibs, bro. You broke the bro code. I'm like, can y'all shut the fuck up with that fucking bro code bullshit? Nobody cares. Like, women are not objects.
Nah, bro, that dibs, man, that early 2000s lingo, man, I missed that.
Bro, if we at our age, sir, if we did that shit, we'd be all over Twitter and social media and all that shit.
Oh god.
Like fuck that, dude. I don't really like hanging out with I don't like hanging out with people that are really, really young. But like this year we are definitely doing the wristband IDing thing. Like if you're not 21 and up, you're not getting into the party. Let's just put it out there. You're not going to get into the party. I'm not making any more. I didn't make any exceptions. We don't make any exceptions. We're going to have a room to where if you're not 21, you can be in there and hang out. But I better not catch you with alcohol. And the reason why we do this, and it's really easy to explain. I would rather be caught with a room with 30 people in it, because the first thing they ask you when they crash a room party, the cops, is everyone in here 21? Okay, if they are, we're gonna ID everyone, because if there's minors in here with alcohol, you can go to jail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or you can, something bad. I'm not about to go to jail for a 19-year-old who decided they wanted to drink. If they want to drink, they can go drink in their own room. Dude, like, I left my room party to go to another room party. They didn't have nowhere near as many people as us, but they had a bunch of kids in there, like 18, 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and they had alcohol. They had alcohol out in the open to where they could just serve themselves.
Oh yeah, unfortunately there's a lot of like, I remember like cons like in the mid 2010s, like 2015, 2016, there were like a lot of like 18, 19-year-olds like drinking alcohol and shit. And I'm
Right.
like,
Oh, it's
I'm
like
like,
the Matthew McConaughey.
that's illegal, you know?
The Matthew
Right,
McConaughey. You gotta have the 15, 16-year-olds and then trick the 121-year-old to buy you alcohol to feel cool.
right, yeah. Sonic's been to our party. Like, our alcohol is not out in the open. We ID'd everyone at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we already, like, there are some people we didn't ID because obviously we know them. We know that they're not,
Yeah.
they're like, some of these people we know that came in were already in their 30s. So, like, oh yeah, we know them. We know they're not underage. We know they're not going to drink illegally. They're legal, so they're good to go. There are some people where we didn't check. But honestly, like, we don't like, so when they crash our party, and even the Delta staff agrees with me. They're so surprised because I like when it was time for karaoke at Delta, and we even did that for Anime Houston. All right, all right, shows your IDs. If you're 21 and up, you get a wristband. If you're not 21, you don't get a wristband. You get an X. And like, the staff really like that idea because you're not going to stop people from drinking.
Unfortunately.
Right, because the hotel sells alcohol.
Mm.
The hotel has the right to sell alcohol. Now, if you have a beer, you can just bullshit your way and say you bought it at the bar. But if you're drinking and you don't have the wristband, that lets us know that we haven't ID'd you yet. Because I don't want you in my panel drinking and you're not 21.
Yeah.
Like, I don't play those. I'm not playing that fucking game anymore. Like, that's not. We did the wristband at Delta. We did it at Anime Houston. And if you weren't 21, we wrote an X on your hand. And like, a lot of people hated that we did that.
Of course they hated it. They didn't get the fucking drink.
Right. They hated that we did that. And Delta liked it. Anime Houston liked it. And it made their job a little bit easier. Plus, it made us. We didn't have a party, but whenever we have our parties, we at least know. And we check the wristbands too. We check to make sure they're not tampered with. If they're ripped, we said if they're ripped, torn, if it looks like it's been wrinkled, we're going to have to check your ID and give you a new wrist. We put the wristband on you. You don't put the wristband on yourself.
No, well, it's like you have like your at least in my generation, or at least my age demographic, you have like those guys like 2 or 3 years younger than they. They'd be like, well, why didn't you get me in? Why don't you fuck let me in? Why can't I get in the party? I'm like, because you're born the wrong decade. That's why you couldn't sneak in.
Well, you can get in, homie, but you can't drink any of this milk.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 5 years ago, I used to be able to sneak in the freaking hentai stuff when I was like 15, 16, but it don't work that way no more. Either wait your turn or get creative. Like, one of the two.
Wait, Chad, why did you get a suite for Delta? I already have 2. They're going to put you in the polar opposite.
Well, you said suite?
Yes.
Yeah, like a hotel suite.
As in like 2 beds and a pullout?
No.
Yeah.
As in 2 bedrooms and a living room.
Oh. Jesus.
And a bar.
What the hell? That's still pretty fucking good.
And 2 sets of that. Yeah, to stay with us, it's $60 for the weekend, $90 for all 3 nights.
Mm.
So what that means is you stay Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. You show up Thursday, you leave Monday. I know that's more than 3 nights. I just fucked up. I realized that. So for Delta, we book it from Thursday till Monday. So we don't have to worry about checking in or where we're going to put our shit Friday, and we don't have to worry about rushing out of the hotel Sunday.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, remember we watched, what was it? What fucking wrestling event did we watch in the hotel room that night?
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank? Yeah.
Okay.
And then we saw fucking Space Jam.
Yeah, we saw Space Jam and did like a review of it on Monday or Friday. I forgot what day.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. If you and your buddies want to come stay with us, we have. I mean, we're trying to get like 20 people. Now, keep in mind, 20 people does sound like a lot, but when you have like, how many beds do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 beds. There was a living room, like 3 bedrooms. Only like a handful of people slept on the floor.
Hmm.
And that was kind of by choice. Nobody wanted to share a bed.
Okay. Shoot, I just hope this will be my first time going to Delta.
So, like, there's the suite that has a bedroom by itself. So the suite has a living room and a bedroom and a pull-out couch. So that's 2 beds right there. Plus, it has the 2 rooms that connect that have 2 beds apiece.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 6 beds. But since it's 2 sets, it's 12 beds altogether. And if 2 people share a bed, that's 24 people. Did I do my math right? I'm tripping. Anyways, all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. It's been about 2 hours. About time we call it a night. I gotta go pick up my niece. All right, I know today was weird. It was odd. We didn't announce it, but next week on Monday, it's definitely nerds growing up a nerd in the golden age of cartoons and comics and anime. The golden age being the late '90s to early 2000s. We had Tanami, which had Thundercats, Megas XLR, the Justice League Unlimited, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Rurouni Kenshin, Fullmetal Alchemist, versus growing up as a nerd now. Like, what are the hardships that you had to suffer growing up as a nerd? How was it growing up as a nerd? Like, and how did we pave the way for future nerds? All right, guys, my name is Jesse Goku. This is Yo Highness, the professional wrestler, and the Texas Gaming Hedgehog himself, Keyblade Sonic. Wishing everybody a good night. Don't be silly. Wash your weenie.
Jesus Christ.
Remember, all you weaves out there watching this podcast, when it comes to picking up a significant other, they like clean undies.
Soap is half the battle.
Soap is half the battle. Don't frown. No, actually, you know what? Just change your fucking nasty ass underwear. That's all I got. All right, guys. All right, everybody. Good. See y'all. Have a good night and peace.
Peace.
Bye.